I'm telling you, the lighting is not great.
The lighting is amazing. It's setting the mood. You have a blazer on. I'm in a t-shirt. We have to match the energy. I feel like I'm laid back and you're all business.
You know what, honey?
You still clocked in?
I'm still clocked in. Been on the run all day long.
I'm clocked in still.
You're a little more casual with your brewski doodle. Well, I think we should cheers.
We have a lot to cheers for today.
We do.
What are you going to cheers first to? You go one, I'll go the other.
A closing we had together.
We had a closing, and it was a very interesting closing, which we can get into because it was not like a double close, but we'll kind of share a little bit.
We did work on both sides.
So that was great. And then another cheers because July 26th of last year marks 1 year today that we've owned this house.
Wow.
And we had a closing on the same day.
That's kind of wild.
And it's 4 days before your birthday.
4 days before my birthday. I say we cheers one last time.
And cheers to
our beautiful viewers.
The viewer, Benji!
No, he's in a barking mood today. Here, let me grab it. Tell me what
I can't do the cheers now. I was in the flow, and I was going to make a joke about cheersing that I even during this busy week, I got my teeth cleaned and my hair cut.
You did get a haircut today, and we both got our teeth cleaned. And guess what, y'all? I got 3 cavities done or filled, like 3 or 4 years ago, right before we left California. And apparently the composite of them is not strong, so I have to get them refilled. And then they told me it looks like I have 2 baby ones growing. So that's my cavity news. But you had perfect teeth.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. And I just floss at night. I make it, quick.
So do I. And I'm crazy about my oral hygiene.
Yeah, you're
nuts,
more...
But
she kind of does it after she eats and stuff, but who knows?
Who knows? Didn't you say one time that our dentist in Cali said it was saliva?
That certain I think I could be making this up. This would be a fun thing if we had a producer to Google it. Like Rogan. Hey, Jamie, can you pull up, does saliva... I guess there's certain salivas... so it's just genetic on some people who just are prone to cavities and more aren't, depending on that. He could have just been lying, or I misheard it, or it's true. So that's going to be a fun homework project for those of you who care. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk about the closing today because this is it's the same feeling as booking a job.
Sure.
And the reason it feels the same is because until it closes, you can't celebrate. And when we were new agents, we used to put up, and we did this with our other house that we're under contract.
Yeah.
That one I feel okay being under contract. It's like, hey, it's all going to work out. But basically, when somebody says, I want to buy this house, you submit an offer and both parties sign, that's called under contract. But there are so many steps in the 30 days between that and it closing that you have to continue to work through. Mm-hmm. So until it closes and it's officially done, that's when I feel like I like to celebrate these
100%.
And we had a few things with this property. So this started out with, I don't even know where to start with this. So this started out actually with a open house that we did. Do you remember the house we had in Celebration? We hosted the open house for our broker. So our broker, very busy guy, very successful. So there's times where he'll have listings and he has other people, other agents go, hey, if you want to go sit in on it, a stranger might walk in and buy it and you can represent them and make some money. So it was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. Well, we ended up meeting this couple. I guess we won't say their names. Yeah, we met this couple, and they were like, we really want to buy the house. And, me and Alyssa were so excited because we're like, oh, this is our first open house that we're hosting with our brokerage. This is going to be great. And they ended up waiting a few days, and they needed an offer in, and they just didn't want to put an offer in that quickly, and it sold. So Alyssa and I were like, oh, man, we were so close. And it was a big house. It was in the million. It was over $1 million. But we built the relationship with them. They came back out, I don't know, April maybe. Then they came out again in June. Then they came out again in July. So we were working with them over a 5-month period. Well, in between this, we get a call from another gentleman who's an agent in our brokerage as well. And he goes, you guys are close to this house that I'm listing. I'm going out of town for 3 weeks. So if you want to help me out, If you can sell it, we can figure something out where, I can compensate you fairly for it. And we're like, hey, all good, because this house that he was selling is 2 minutes down the street from us. So we ended up taking responsibility of the house while he was gone. We became incredibly close with the owners of it, and we did a bunch of showings, and we did an open house one day, and our clients were back from February, and we just still couldn't find them their dream home. And we went and showed them 2 properties this day in Reunion. And we were all sitting on this balcony overlooking this beautiful lake, and they just weren't happy with what they were finding. They're like, this just isn't it. We're going to know. And I started asking more questions, and then you and I looked at each other, and I go, we never thought about Champions Gate. And this was like well below what they wanted to spend, but it checked all their boxes. So I showed them pictures, and I said, what about this house? And they're like, this is perfect. Can we see it tomorrow? And we're like, yeah. So we went, showed the house, never seen them this excited on all the tours we've done. They just knew it was theirs, and they put an offer in.
Yep.
So not only did we help our fellow real estate agent and our brokerage sell the property, but we brought the buyer. Yeah. So it was kind of not a double close, but like a 1.5% close, kind of.
Yeah.
So we weren't really the listing agent on it, but we were helping the listing agent, and he was very fair and generous to hook us up for the extra work on top of us being able to actually bring our own buyers. So that was that process, but it took 5 months, and that is what the business is, and that's why I bring it up. It's like acting a lot.
Well, and especially with acting too, you audition, then you book it, then you film it, then you have to wait and see if when it airs you actually make it to the final cut and that, you weren't cut out. So same thing with real estate. You do all of these different steps. You go under contract, you do the appraisal if that's, going to be part of it, inspection, all these different things, all these hoops you have to jump through. And then finally, at the very end, once you close is when you celebrate. So it's kind of like once you see your show and you're like, I made it on.
Yeah, then you know that you're
celebrate.
That you're good.
So it's so rewarding though, and we're so happy for our buyers. I mean, this property was perfect for them. The more that because they didn't know the area they wanted. They came here from out of state, which is what we see a lot, and we just helped them explore and discover, and it's perfect for them. It really is.
And the more you do deals, the more you learn. Because this community, Champions Gate, we've obviously knew about it, but when you actually get into the nuts and bolts of it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I want to buy my parents a house in there one day because they would love it so much. You can walk to inside a restaurant, a private pool, or you can go to the community pool where vacationers go as well, which has a lazy river, a tiki bar. Golf is included.
Yep.
That is rare.
Huge.
You usually have to pay a membership and pay per time of golfing. Yeah. This is all included. If you live there as a resident in this community, you can go golf for free. You just pay $29 for the golf cart fee. So it was just, we learned a lot about it, but it's cool. The relationship you build with people during the journey is something I've never experienced before because it's their new home. What's this bug doing here?
There's a bug in here.
But anyway, so we have that, and then we have this other property that's under contract. We have a lot of our things going on in with business in general that we're very excited about. But we also are going into a season because a lot of people took vacation between May, June, and July. You and I were the busiest of our life. So we did we even do like maybe 2 date nights? We've done nothing in the last 90 days. It has been we like lost weight, which was nice, like without me trying for the first time in my life. But we've just been so busy. But now we're going into a season of your birthday. Yes. I got my cousin coming to visit.
I'm gonna go visit my grandma.
You're gonna go visit your grandma. My dad's coming back again. Yeah. We got another project in store, and then my other cousin is coming to visit. So we've got like a lot of family.
Though, right? I think so.
You might see her Saturday night, but it's also your sister's birthday, your mom's birthday.
Leo season. We're officially
so there's a lot, and it's
Leo
still
season.
Summer. So I feel like in the Orlando is packed.
Yeah, it is.
From mid-July till about August 20th, it's packed because it's like the end of summer before school goes back. So everyone's in a good mood. Vacationers are everywhere. So we want to hang out and have some fun. But what do you want to do for your birthday? It falls on a Sunday.
It does fall on a Sunday, and I feel like every year I've had this tradition the last few years where on my actual birthday, what's my number one guilty pleasure I always do?
A massage.
A massage. It's kind of like my thing now. And I just love massages. I mean, who doesn't?
Maybe the day before you do the massage.
That's what I'm
because
thinking.
The reason I was like,
It kind
it's
of
because
messes the flow of the day
it messes
up a
the
little bit.
flow and messes your
know.
energy.
I agree.
If you're going to go for a nice brunch and some Bloody Marys, do you do it before or after the massage?
Let me explain that. So even last year wasn't Miami. 2 years ago was when we went to Miami, right? With Cherie and Jeremy? 2 years ago.
That was 2
was it
years?
2? It was 2. Because on that day, I got a massage. I think it was around 11, and you all went to the beach, and then I met you there, and
You were shot.
I was, but I won't forget that because I was like, oh, I was just so relaxed. But then I was just so happy because I was on vacation. Last year, I think I did it the day before. It's usually like around the time of the birthday, but I was thinking about this because I'm like, well, my birthday's on a Sunday. If we want to go and grab, some food, drinks, whatever, you can't really do it in the day, like beforehand, because you just want to relax. So I was like, maybe I'll do it a day or two before.
Yeah.
And then I told you this, but there is this psychic that we have gone to in the past that she's just been so right on. I mean, we went to her, 7 years ago, 10 years ago for the first time?
We've been there a couple times, yes.
Everything has just been always very on point, looking back all these years later. So I really would love to do a little session. She does them virtually, and I feel like you don't love knowing anymore. Like we kind of talked about that a little bit. You don't like that.
I have finally gotten to the point of where I've only had like 4 or 5 different readings in my life, and everything that has basically been said has come to fruition in the time period. So I kind of feel like I'm back in the unknown, and I don't know if I want to know a little bit more, because then you just end up anticipating it the whole time.
But I like to take it as just guidance. It's not end all be all, but I go, ooh, and that's why I like astrology, because it's supposed to help you make better decisions based on specific times in your life. So for me, I'm all about that. I mean, actually tell me everything. I want to know it all. But
I don't know.
You like a little more mystery. But I just want to know and ask some questions, and it's been so long. I mean, I think the last time I saw a medium or psychic was right here on the show.
Jonathan's birthday.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay, that's a lie. That's just kidding. So that was what? 2 years ago?
18 months ago, to be exact.
Oh.
Yep.
You want to hear something crazy? So y'all might know my dear friend Brooke, and I've known her since we were kids, and she's got a daughter who is 11, and her bat mitzvah is next April. It's going to be here before we know it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just crazy. And it's funny because we were just talking about her husband's birthday, which is where we had the card reader.
Everyone, it's all, time's definitely flying, but, I mean, you can definitely do it. I don't mind it. I like it.
I won't tell you much about it.
Well, yeah, you have to tell me. I'm curious about what they're going to say. But it's all come to fruition. And it wasn't like, oh, there's one that was good. Excuse me.
Well, we've gone to really good ones based off of either experience or doing the proper research. I'm not someone who's just going to go off the street to some place that's a psychic.
Yeah.
Because I know there are a lot of fakes out there. But, there's some that, from my experience, have been very on point that I go, whoa, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
And we also did one from a card reader to an astrologer to a medium to a card reader.
And so this one that I'm thinking about doing, she's just psychic.
Card reader, though. She does it through
cards?
cards.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how she does that virtually, but I remember she said she does do it, because anytime I've done a card reading, you're supposed to pick them yourself because your energy picks it up. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let y'all know what happens, but that'll be cool.
I heard about this cool brunch place where they have a waffle bar, and you go and get your own waffle, and they'll make it with like either fruit or fried chicken, and it's all you can eat. And then they also have a Bloody Mary bar and a mimosa bar, so you can create your Bloody Mary based on how spicy you want it and all of this. But it's on iDrive, which is the coolest place. And it's not too far from us. This is what Christian was telling me today. He's like, some other place I recommend is downtown Orlando, but iDrive's a little closer to us.
Okay.
But iDrive, if you ever visit Orlando, has so much entertainment and cool. Like, the restaurants aren't you just go in and sit. There's like a theme.
It's an experience.
There's like an ice bar there, which we haven't gone to yet, but you have to wear a winter coat when you go in, and you sit at a bar made of ice to have a drink. They've got, so that's why there's all these different themes and things to do. And
well, it's
that'd
funny
be fun for a
you
brunch.
Brought downtown up, because originally for my birthday, there's this place called High Tea, and it's an Alice in Wonderland themed bar, but it's in downtown. And today I was in downtown, and I was like, this is far. I'm not going to want to do that drive to, I don't know.
Because we're really about 48 minutes from downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
Like, we're south.
Yep.
We're 15 minutes from Disney, but 48 minutes from downtown Orlando. So we're technically not really Orlando, but that's like the city that we're closest to.
But I do still want to try that one day. I just don't know if it'll be Sunday. But let's see. Let's see where the day brings us.
Yeah, I really like that. And then, my dad and I think we're gonna tackle the podcast studio. So we basically put a budget together, and we were trying to think of like, because there's many things we want to do with the house over the next 2 years, but the podcast studio is what I've been waiting to do. Remember, we wanted to do the garage. I'm so happy we never did that. Like, so happy we never did that, because I use the garage so much for garage stuff.
Wouldn't that have been great?
But it'd be really cool to make this great with the floors and everything, and then we'll eventually work our way to the other bedroom, and then we'll work our way to a backyard, fixing up the garage. But it's fun. Like, every 3 to 6 months, we'll do a little project.
And it all adds up. I mean, I feel what's so funny? I feel when we first started, your mom and your dad were like, yeah, with projects and moving in, you just do a little at a time. It'll all add up. And I remember thinking, man, I just want it all done. But you don't realize how much time things actually take.
Yeah.
And then once you start doing it, I mean, we've done the floor, or you and your dad have done the floors, the walls in all the bedrooms, the
kitchen remodel,
the
laundry room remodel, the bathroom remodel, box molding everywhere.
I'm just saying, it all really adds up.
The mulch out front, make sure the weeds, and like digging out the mulch beds, like.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of. But it's just fun. Like, I need that in my life. Like, I love working with my hands and creating something. And every time I look around the house and I see our work, I'm like, this is great. Like, we take our time, we do it right.
Yeah.
But we're going back and forth on what to do in here, because eventually, when we come back for the podcast in probably like a month or two.
Yep.
I want to be able to go back to the cross shot where Alyssa and I can start having conversations, potentially bring guests back, and we have to have it look professional. But as of now, we've just kind of been doing it right here. But we want to put a TV, we want to do light fixtures, we want to do hardwood floors, we either want to do a built-in behind you.
Yep.
So we're thinking about a built-in or just box molding with chair rail. It's just going to depend on the cost, because the built-in might be like kind of a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if we can do it affordable, or we just do the box mold, which will look great. I'm going to put a big TV here so we can pull information up. And there's times that I like watching TV in the office, like if I'm working all day in here making videos or something, or doing research for real estate. I don't want to go to the living room if you're working in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a TV in here just to kind of like watch like a quick show or something and do things like that.
I am the weirdest person in the world. The only place I watch TV is on my laptop, and it's usually in bed.
Yeah.
But sometimes, every now and then, I'll sit with you on the couch and watch something. But I don't really watch that much TV.
That's like a couple times a month that we'll ever sit on
the
living room's more just like a...
Like, ooh, we're going to sit together and watch something that we both might enjoy. I feel like lately I watch a lot of my girly things. Watch a lot of your
I just watched Suits.
Films, which I did want to see that. I was sad you started that without me, but sometimes our schedules get crazy that...
We just do it at different times. But yeah, so we just kind of... just did like basically a 90-day run of just full out work. We definitely have more to do, but we're going to be able to mix in some play over the next like 6 weeks. And
be nice.
But yeah, we're pumped. We're just gonna take maybe like 4, 6, 8 weeks off. We'll keep you posted. You can check us on Instagram. We'll let you know when we're coming back. And then we'll come back for another season before the new year. But I think it's really good doing it in sections of like 8 weeks at a time. It's really nice for us to be able to, bring you stories. We always want it to be interesting and just trying to schedule everything. And if you're subscribed,
you'll know as soon as we're back. So make sure you're subscribed.
So thank you for everything. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Yes. We're excited to be back sometime in autumn. When the leaves are changing.
Ooh, and then we got Halloween.
And we got Halloween. Oh, there's so many cool stuff coming. So we're wishing you an amazing summer and an amazing week. And we'll see you back here sometime in September.
That's right.
So take care, everyone.
Bye.